All right, let's start our webinar. Thank you everyone for joining our Jira Work Management webinar today. First of all, let me introduce our speakers for today. So we have got myself, Priska Aprilia, a project manager at iZeno, and I have my colleague as well, Kimi Lai, a senior business analyst at iZeno. So in the next 45 minutes or so, you will learn about iZeno, Atlassian cloud platform, and Kimi will proceed to show you the most exciting part and probably the highlight of this webinar, which is the Jira Work Management live demo. In the Jira Work Management um, live demo, you will be seeing how you can navigate around Jira Work Management through different views from Kanban board, calendar view, and also timeline. You also will learn how you can customize and also configure the Jira Work Management workflows to tailor to your business needs. And you will also see how the software teams and also the business teams can collaborate together within the same platform. And you will also learn how we can actually leverage the power of the Jira automation to automate the repetitive tasks. And you will also learn how Jira Work Management can be integrated with tools like Microsoft Teams and Slack. So to allows the user to manage the Jira Work Management within these platforms without leaving the platforms. And last but not least, you will also learn how managers can leverage on the Jira Work Management reporting and dashboard to see that the performance and also the workload of the team. And hopefully by the end of this webinar, you will learn more about Jira Work Management and consider adopting the platform to manage your work. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to post them on the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen throughout the webinar. Okay, so who is iZeno? So iZeno was founded in 2003. In fact, we just celebrated our 20th anniversary last month. Our headquarters is in Singapore. We have offices across Southeast Asia region, which is in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines. And we have 160 plus certified professionals across the region. We help our customers with their digital transformation journey by leveraging on our expertise and core capabilities in different areas from applications, technology, and cloud. We have successfully delivered over 500 over projects for 600 over customers. So at iZeno, we define our partnership into two different categories: strategic and emerging. The focus of today's webinar is Jira Work Management, which is a platform built our strategic partner Atlassian. So I think it's important for us to share with you our partnership timeline between iZeno and Atlassian. So we started our partnership with Atlassian in late 2018. And from February 2020 to April 2023 this year, we have achieved multiple milestones from achieving our first Atlassian Partner of the Year award to achieving our specialization in cloud and also ITSM, to the most recent one being awarded as Atlassian Partner of the Year for emerging markets. Okay, so before moving on to introduce you to Atlassian Cloud Platform, I would like to do a quick live poll first for us to understand who you are and where you are with managing your work today. So there will be two questions showing up on your screen. You will have around 45 seconds to 1 minute to participate in the questions. All right, so the questions are shown. Please provide your response to us so we will understand you more, where you're from which team, and as well as like how your team track and manage your work today? Okay, you still have time to participate. Okay, I think we can show the results. Okay, thank you everyone for the participation. Oh, so 37 of you, 37% of you from software development and 40% of you from business, and also 33% from you are from the IT team. Oh, I'm so very excited because um, we have got you covered in this webinar. You will be seeing how these different teams from software development and business team and IT team can collaborate together using the same Jira Cloud platform. And I can still see, interesting, and that many of you, around like 30 something percent of you still using Excel spreadsheet mailbox, and there is no tool at all to manage your work today. No worries, we have got you covered as well. In the live demo by my colleague Kimi Lai later, you will be seeing how you can use adopt Jira Work Management tool to manage your work, and hopefully you can consider adopting the platform, and maybe after this, you can say goodbye to endless spreadsheet and also email tracking. All right. So before we deep dive into the demo, what are the typical key challenges? Even there is no one size fits all Jira work management tool, right? We often still see teams work in silos. They use multiple tools, which very difficult for them to collaborate and also to share information, and there's a lack of transparency. Even though there is information sharing, it's very hard for them to access the information because the information is just too much across multiple tools. So this is where Atlassian cloud platform tries to solve these challenges by having these solutions that connect the software development team, the IT team, and the business team to collaborate together and share the information within, promote the transparency within the same platform. You might have heard of Jira, right? I saw that you are from, some of you from software development team, some of you from IT team, and some of you from the business team. Actually, there isn't just one Jira. There are, in fact, four Jiras, but in this, I will be focusing on three Jiras first, because these three Jiras have the workflow that allows you to manage your business processes, manage your tasks, right? The Jira software is probably the most known Jira application, because it's the first one launched by Atlassian. Jira software is used by different teams across the world, from small startups and as well as from large enterprises. So Jira software is suitable for software development teams because it has this Scrum board, and also the integration with development tool as well as the CI/CD tools. And then we have Jira Service Management. So Jira Service Management is suitable for the teams that deliver services on SLA. For example, it's suitable for IT support team, IT operations team, and also services-based business teams. And then last but not least, we have Jira Work Management, the focus of our webinar today. So Jira Work Management is suitable for any non-software development teams, the business teams, for example, HR, to manage maybe the recruitment process, the new hire onboarding, the finance team, maybe to manage like month-on closing process, the operations team, the sales team to manage the sales pipeline, to track the leads, and legal team can use Jira Work Management as well to manage their projects, business projects, the tasks, as well as the processes. Okay, so before we deep dive into the live demo, I would like to do another live poll to understand whether you have experience of using any of this Jira cloud platform before, be it Jira Software, Jira Service Management, or Jira Work Management. So there will be one question showing up on your screen. Same rule, you have 45 seconds to 1 minute to participate in this live poll. Okay, so the question is already showing up in your screen. Please help us to respond to this question so we can understand more about where you are today with regards to your experience in using Jira Work Management, Jira platforms. Okay, you still have time to participate. Okay, yeah, I think we can show the results right now. Okay, thank you very much for the response. I can see, wow, 33% already have experience in using Jira Service Management, and 21% of you is in Jira Software, and only 5% of you have experience in using Jira Work Management. I'm very excited, and like 30% of you have no experience in using any of the Jira platforms before. I think this webinar will be very useful session for you to learn more about Jira Work Management, so you can maybe consider adopting it to manage your work. And for Jira Software and Jira Service Management, the people who are using these platforms, you will also learn how you actually can collaborate with the business teams, extend the usage of Jira platform to the business teams as well. So I will pass the mic to my colleague Kimi Lai for the live demo of Jira Work Management. Kimi, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Priska. Hi, everyone. This is Kimi here. So first thing first, let me share my screen. All right, so I think that's the most exciting part and then the gist of this webinar today, which is the live demo. So I realized that a lot of you, more than half of you are actually have experience with Jira before, but only 5% of you has been using Jira Work Management, and about 30+% of you don't have anything not exposed to any Jira products. It's okay. So today, this Jira Work Management, it's going to be a simple start for you that you could actually easily pick it up and then use it. All right. So in Jira Work Management, I think the best way or the fastest way to kickstart it will be leveraging on multiple templates that is readily available within Jira. So what you can see here is multiple examples from different teams, business team particularly, let's say marketing team, sales, human resource. But of course, we don't limit within just those few departments. It could be more from the finance team, like month-end close, budget creation. It could be as your own personal project management tool as well as many other templates that you could explore. So now when I come into this view, this is what you're going to see when you log into Jira. So if you are not familiar with Jira product, don't worry, we will break you through step by steps. But if let's say you are already familiar with Jira before, then you should know where are all these things coming from. Like for example, this is actually a menu bar where you can switch between your projects. And on the side here is actually the project sidebar where you can see all of your projects, some of those that you have recently visited. And the main screen here is actually your main project content. But I think, like I mentioned, we should start with a template. So let me share with you how you can easily and quickly create a work management project. So if you can see here under the project templates on the left-hand side, there are tons of templates that is available. So perhaps, let's say, for example, today we want to do some uh, templates for the finance team. So here you can see there are so many templates that is available. Let's say, for example, I wanted to start a budget creation for my finance team. I would just come in and give it a name of the project. And then that's it. You have the workflow with you, and then you just need to create the project. So the template itself, it comes with different issue types that is available, and also what are the workflows that is readily available for you. So boom, you can see here there are so many statuses that is available right now, and you don't have to start from zero. You have already have a template for you to start somewhere. Right, so for today demo, so we have prepared one project, which is marketing content project, for us to bring you through this whole process. And if you know, when it comes to project management, there are actually multiple ways for you to manage the project. From our experience, there are 3 ways. So the first one is actually based on process project based. So what I mean by process project based, take it as an example, if you are coming from HR team, so you do have like onboarding process, you do have like recruitment process. So this, you can actually create 2 different projects just to manage these 2 processes. And of course, if let's say you are coming from the finance team, like I said, you have month-end closing, you have a budget creation. These 2 could be a different project under the different process. And the second thing, how you can create your project, it could be based on different departments. Like our business team, we have HR, we have finance, we have marketing, we have design, we have so many more, right? So you could have each department to be assigned into one project. For example, all of your work would be packed under one finance project, if let's say it is finance related, and so on for the HR and other business team. Last but not least, you can actually use deliverables as a measure for project creation. You can just create a task, a particular task, and then just based on that deliverables, and then create your own project. So that's how we think that you can actually start somewhere to actually manage your own project or your projects. Okay, so here what you can see as a marketing content, this is actually a process-based project. So today I'm going to bring you through with a process-based project. Right, so when you come in here on this main screen, what you can see is actually the board view. So if let's say you are familiar with Kanban board, so this is something that is very similar. You can see that from each of these columns, it is actually representing the statuses, different statuses. You can customize the statuses, and you can actually build a workflow out of it. And you can also create issues easily by just coming to this board and start typing. All right. If then you can also invite your team member. Once you have this board, you invite them to come and collaborate within this board. So what we are trying to achieve, we are trying to have a work collaboration among your teams, whether it is within the same team or it is within the different departments. And to update the ticket status, it's really easy. Just do drag and drop. So from planning, move into ready to review, and then I can move into review. So just drag and drop, you could actually update the issue statuses. And if you want to find out more details about what are the issues that you are looking at, just click on that, and then you will have a lot more details about these issues. So if you can see here, there are actually a collaboration going on right now, whereby if you can see right here, I am actually tagging Priska. Maybe I want to ask Priska for some questions on these issues that I need to work on, or maybe I want to get some response from Priska about this issue. So you can actually use a tag to actually, collaborate with your team, communicate with them, and subsequently, they will actually receive notification through email, through Microsoft Teams or Slacks or whichever communication channels that your team prefer. So all of this conversation, it's all kept in the series, in the list, and you can actually scroll through to view the whole history. So for those who have no idea what's going on and then just came in here and look at these issues, they have this history, which allows them to scroll through and understand more without going, chase around people and ask for the updates, right? So I think that this actually promotes work transparency on top of open communication among the team. And that's not only the end. If you can see right here, there are also link issues. You can actually link issues between different issues together, whether there is any blockage, all right, whether there is any related duplication or something, you can actually link them together. So when different business teams that comes in together and work together, and when you link them up, all of these issues with each other, it means that they can have the transparency of what they are working at, and they can view all those dependencies. So this will definitely helps to reduce any silos work. And another thing that you can see here is that you can actually view the whole workflow. So for this project, we have customized a workflow for this marketing content project. But of course, like I mentioned, workflow is actually customizable. You are free to configure it on your own based on your business process. And it is not just limited to whatever I've shown you here for marketing team. You can actually do it for the HR team to have their own process. You can do it for the finance team to have their own designated workflow as well. So that's about the workflow. And I think we have seen how the bot has been navigating around. But if, let's say, you are familiar with, or you have spent a lot of time in actually in an Excel-based or spreadsheet manner to do your work, I think 30+% of you guys are still using Excel, right? So we have you covered with list view, so you don't have to, train yourself to familiarize with the bot view again. Just come to this list view. It's very easy to use. You just need to, single click to update the status. You can even do some inline editing, right? Just like that. It's very easy, and you can see a lot of information that has been categorized for you. So for an executive level, so most of them, they will spend a lot of time in the bot view, in the list view, to actually update their tickets, update their tasks, and if, let's say, you are standing from a project manager or a higher level leader's point of view, you would want to see something in the bigger picture. So we have you covered with the calendar views, all right? So the calendar view is actually allows you to, as a manager, to view your team's work across time, so you will never miss any deadline. So for example, right now I can see that tomorrow there's something that I need to start and I need to end on that day. So I can reach out to that person, or I can just post any comments or updates like what I did just now, to alert them, hey, remember, tomorrow you have this thing and we need to get it done, right? So It is really simple and easy. With this calendar view, you can also glance through everything with upcoming weeks, months, right? So if I go back, if you can see here, there are actually red color. So this is also one of the feature within Jira Work Management that allows you, that indicates that this task has been due. So it's quite interactive, I would say, and colorful to bring your attention to. And the next view, which is really helpful for project manager to manage, is the timeline view. So when you want to manage your projects, whether what other tasks come first, what other tasks comes later, okay? So having this timeline view is really going to help you to see how long the task going to take to complete, and the timing when things will land. So if you can see from here, you can actually easily shift around this bar. So this is actually indicating the start date and the end date of a task. All right. So from here, you can see that I have already easily shifted it. And then you can see there is a dependency between the first and the second task. So you can see that it's being blocked because of some overlapping date. Then what I can do as a project manager, simply, I will just need to, reorganize again. So what you can see here, once I have shifted, there's no date overlapping, we can actually finish this product documentation work and start right there with the messaging. So here you can see that there's no more blockage. So it is really good tools for you to manage your timeline. And of course, when you wanted to present this to your stakeholders or your management team on your projects, then you can use this timeline view and you can actually share it with them. And one thing about this timeline view is that you can embed it in your documents that you're using. So in this demo, I'm going to show you the example for the Confluence. So here we have prepared a Confluence page. So for those of you who don't know what is Confluence, it is actually a knowledge-based article wiki that has been developed by the Atlassian team. And this is where the knowledge workers, they will come in here and then they will collaborate with each other. So looking at this page, what you can see here is that I can actually easily embed this timeline view within here. So whatever I can see in the timeline, I can see it here as well. So it is exactly the same. So I think that this actually is really helpful when you wanted to share it, okay? And the next thing about this project management perspective view would be a summary. So if you want to know about a high level view of your project performance, this is where you will come to the summary view. So you can see how many issues has been created, how many has been done for the past week. You will be able to see that which are the due issues in the upcoming days. And of course, you can see that there are several breakdowns of these statuses. For example, we still have a lot, like 20 issues that we need to work on because it's still in to-do list. And also there are some priority breakdown as well. But most importantly, you want to check out how's your team workloads are. And you also wanted to identify whether there is a bottleneck of a specific team member. And to maintain the efficiency of your team, you do not want to overwork them, I believe. Right, and speaking about the personalization, so you can actually customize this page background color. So what you can see now is turquoise, and I can change it to a light purple. And I can also customize this project icon. You can customize this to upload your own project icons to make it fit to your team spirit. Right, that is just one way that you can customize within this Jira Work Management. So that's enough with the view. So I have covered board view, list view, calendar view, timeline view, and also a summary view. So from a user's perspective, from an executive perspective, or from a manager perspective, you are covered. But if, let's say, there are more things that you would like to request, you can actually use this form. So in the case where you wanted to get some response from your team, you wanted to get requirements from other teams that you are working with, you can actually create a form. So when I create a form, this is what you will see. So within this form, you are free to select and customize what are the information that you would want to collect from your team or your other team that you're working with. And while you are collecting all of this information, it will be automatically created into a work item when you submit it. So here, this is actually a form example that I have already prepared, and I have also filled out what are the things that I want them to fill up, and then I just click submit. So when you are submitting this form, you should know that instantly that you can actually use this form repeatable. So you can embed this form inside any articles or documents and then circulate it around. You can use this form and then just share with your colleague if, let's say, they wanted to get something out from your end, right? Just ask them to submit this form. So when your form is being submitted, if you can see here right away, there's a new work item that has been created. So I don't need to tell the team that, hey, I need to come here and create and ask them to do it. When they submit the form, automatically it is coming in this board, and then it will get assigned to you, your colleagues, and it actually reduces a lot of manual work and really boosting your productivity. And when I talk about the pay, you can actually embed the forms inside the documents and then circulate it around. So you would want to know that how you can actually manage all of these documents. So we do have a page called pages. So under these pages, this is where you can actually, if let's say you are using Confluence page, you can actually link this Confluence page to this business project. All right, so any knowledge workers, they can just come in here and then visit all of these pages. So what I just shown you previously, this is actually a Confluence page. But if let's say you are managing your knowledge base articles outside of Confluence, you don't have to worry. We have the shortcuts features here. So how this shortcuts features is actually helping. You can actually just create a shortcuts and paste in the web address or URL of your knowledge articles. For example, if let's say you are using Google Drive, and you can see here, when I click on it, I will be access the whole list of resources that I have within the folder of that Google Drive. But if let's say you just want to have the specific view of a certain slides, for example, you can actually embed it here as a shortcut, and then you will be able to see the full slides, and you don't even need to navigate away. So you have everything within this Jira Work Management. And I do want to highlight that you do see how Jira Work Management 2 is trying to boost your productivity by integrating with different products to make your life easier, integrating with Confluence page, integrating with things outside of Jira like Google Drive, all right? So not to mention what I show you, those very simple and intuitive user interface, and it is really user-friendly and easy to operate. And yeah, that's about how you can work alone within the team that you are inside marketing content. I think that a lot of people also wanted to understand like cross-team communication. How can we achieve that? So within Jira Work Management, you could have a cross-team communication work seamlessly together by just whatever I showed you just now in linking those issues together. So you can see here, this is actually the issues that we were looking at earlier on. And let's imagine that right now, within this issue, your marketing team and your software team, they are actually working together to launch a new product. So you will have your software team, their issues being linked here within this marketing team issues. Okay, so if I take a look at the software team, they actually manage their issues within Jira software. And while the marketing team, they are actually managing their issues within Jira Work Management. So once the software developer has finished this, they can just easily move this to done. All right. So if I come back here as a marketing user, I would be able to see that this will be updated to done. So great thing is you don't have to go to that ticket to see it, and you already can view work done, and you can start your work right away, because since you have the understanding that this work has been completed. So having a shared platform between the software teams and the business team, it means the opportunities for work transparency and also standardization. And the team still gets to manage, still gets to stay on with their own individual workflows while remaining connected with each other. But what you have observed just now is the flow between a software team and a business team. But do you think that there is something that we can improve here? I think it is, definitely. Automation is really going to be helpful for you to automate a lot of repetitive process or a lot of manual work that you can do. So imagine just now, if I don't come in here to visit this ticket, how do I know that it is already moved to done, right? So right here, we have already configured an automation to alert or to notify the assignee, which is in this case Casey, to alert Casey that your blocker has been removed, since this is being shifted to done. So in that sense, Casey would receive a notification, all right, and then they will just come and do it. So they don't need to come in here to check out what's the update every time, but instead you have the automation to alert you. So automation facilitates in the workflow connectivity and making the communications between workflows effortless for all the users. And I do think that automation is a very powerful tool within Jira Work Management or in any Jira products that you have. So let me give you another example of automation. So if let's say we go back to the board that we are just now, imagine that right now you actually as a marketing team, okay, so from my perspective, I probably have a monthly blog post that I need to do for different product, okay. So I have already created a task for this monthly blog post, and if I click on this monthly blog post, you will see that there are so many a series of subtasks that has been linked together. So how can this automation help? When I actually completed these tasks, okay, you will be able to see that automation has helped you to create this series of tasks automatically, and they also help you to set what is the due dates for this task. So in a way, this is for marketing team. You can do so for finance team. You can do so for HR team. Let's say, for example, for the HR team, you have some employee onboarding administration task that is repeating every month. You don't need to come in here and create every time. You just let the automation do its works. So I think that automation helps to reduce a lot of repetitive tasks and also manual work, which allows your team to actually focus on more high value activities. It's directly increasing your team's efficiency without any coding. So wherever you see the automation at the back end, it's no coding. And you would want to automate wherever you can. So I think that's enough about the automation. So standing from the perspective of the management or from a reporting wise, you would want to present the whole projects for your management. So we do create a dashboard that is specifically for this marketing team. So from here, you can see that you can actually use this dashboard to keep tracks of all the assignments and issues that you assign to yourself or you're working on or your teams are working on. And the dashboard is actually comprises of different gadgets together, and it helps you to organize your projects, your assignments, your achievements within different chart. From here, you can see there's a pie chart, and you could see a line chart as well. And as a manager, you would want to showcase this dashboard to your top management, and you can easily customize this dashboard with different gadgets that you can apply. On the other hand, if let's say you are actually wearing multiple hats, for example, you are a marketing team lead, but at the same time, you need to oversee the design team to a lot of time marketing team and design team, they always work together. So there is a case whereby you have a marketing team lead, but the lead is actually taking two roles where you need to manage the marketing team projects and also design projects. So we have these overviews. So these overviews that I created, which is based on marketing team and also design team, it gives you a high level of informations, like how are both projects has been going on. So if you realize this is actually a summary view, and you could have a calendar view, and you could also have a timeline view. So in a way, overviews is actually helps to combine both projects, summary view, calendar view, and timeline view. So as a team, if you are managing multiple projects, overviews is very useful for you to oversee different multiple projects at the same time. So I think that's more or less that we have covered within Jira Work Management. And I think that a lot of time, business teams, they do use other communication channels that is more often than they want to come in Jira Work Management or any work management tool to do their work. So we have you covered within Microsoft Teams. So if you are not aware, there is actually an integration between Microsoft Teams and also Jira Cloud Platform. So from here, you can actually see that this is my Microsoft Teams interface, and you will instantly see that there is some notification that's sent out regarding any issues that is going to due upcoming. I can actually reply to this issue. I can work with any of my team members within this channel to carry out the discussion. And another thing to highlight is that this Jira Cloud app that has been integrated, it can actually gives you the similar view that you can enjoy within Jira Work Management. So how you can navigate around here is that you can filter based on any projects that you are working on. You can filter it based on assignee and statuses. So what you can see here is actually a list view. So it should be very familiar. And then again, the same thing, you could actually just use a single click and then it can get updated. If you want to know more about the Jira issues, you can actually click on the ticket and then you will be bring on with so many informations. Okay, so I think that Jira or the Atlassian has really made a great efforts in order to make multiple teams that work closely and to fit in the business teams' daily work. So because a lot of time they're going to spend time within this Microsoft team to manage their work, right? But if let's say your team prefer to do it in Slack, we have the same features and functions as well. All right, so just let us know in the future if, let's say, you have any difficulty to find out the integration of Slacks and also Jira. Okay, we will reach out to you separately. So I think that I have covered pretty much of the work management and also the Microsoft Teams integration app. So I'm going to do a closing here, whereby I'm going to highlight again what are the key takeaways that you can, receive from this webinar. And there are 5 key points here. So I do think that for all Jira products, it's actually made user-friendly and intuitive, which including Jira Work Management that we are introducing you right now. And with its simple design and also easy navigation, it's easy enough to let your team hands-on immediately and simple enough for them that they won't complain they don't know how. And if you can see just now, all those statuses and workflows that we just show you, it is really customizable and you can make it unique for every processes. And it's very easy to configure with different statuses. The third thing, automation. Wherever possible, streamline where it is not. We all know that productivity gains and capacity release can be realized from what I showed you with the automation examples just now. And the next thing is cross communication between the teams can be seamlessly bridged. And with a shared platform of Jira software, Jira Service Management, and Jira Work Management. So with the example that I show you between the Jira software and also the Jira Work Management, it actually promotes work transparency across different teams and reduce any frictions and work silos. With seamless integration with the collaboration tool like Teams, Slacks, Confluence Page, Google Drive, it allows you to work efficiently without living or staying in any kind of platforms that you prefer. So all in all, it is actually a really good tool to boost your team's productivity. So I think that we have come to an end of this webinar and we really appreciate sorry, I wouldn't say that it is the end of this webinar. It is just the end of the live demo. So if you may, I would take up some of your times to do some live polls. So from what you have already heard throughout the whole live demo sessions that you have, we would like to understand further, like, would you be adopting Jira Work Management in the near future? Yeah, so we will have the live polls question posted to you. Okay, maybe I will just come back here and I will stop sharing this. Well, you still have some time to actually answering the live poll questions that we posted. So maybe we can share the results, right? So I think that, wow, impressive. I'm really happy that you guys, from your response, I'm really happy that you guys has actually enjoyed this Jira Work Management. And it's great that you guys think that this Jira Work Management is going to be helpful for you and you will be considering using it in the upcoming future. And I also do see that some of you would like us to cover these few topics. Atlassian project management using Atlassian cloud platform. Wow, 50% of you would like to know how to use it in terms of project management and finance and operation and sales. Okay, so we hear your feedback. Of course, at the upcoming, we do have some upcoming webinars that we are preparing at the moment. Let's stay tuned on our webinar. All right. And I think right now, it is actually the Q&A session. So can I get anyone to let me know, like, what kind of questions that you guys have?
Hi, Kimmy. So we have
Yes.
a few questions here. Okay, so there's one question. I think you might be able to answer this. So hi, I'm currently using Excel sheet. What are the advantages of using Jira Work Management as compared to using the Excel?
Right, I think that is a very typical questions that we actually get all the time when we are talking about Jira Work Management. Let me just highlight three things for you. So the first thing is actually what you saw just now, the history. So Jira Work Management actually provides you the visibility of the whole conversation, of the whole activity history, which you cannot really get in Excel. But even if you do able to get it in Excel, you will have to have your team member to remember to enable the tracking all the time. And it is quite tedious. In my understanding, it is quite tedious to actually view all of the changes, not as easy and as simple as you see within the Jira Work Management. That's the first point. The second point is that Jira Work Management can be a single source of reference. So you don't have to, search here and there, navigate around, okay? But for Excel, you will have to keep the correct version of the file. Otherwise, all the changes, you will have to do another synchronization to the master copy. So there are some manual work that is involved. But with Jira Work Management, since everything is kept within there, it could be your single source of reference. And one last thing that I think it's really powerful and important, which is having the customized workflow. As you can see within the Jira Work Management, you can create a workflow, you can update it based on different statuses that you have, which you don't get at all in Excel. Yeah. So
Thank you
I
very
hope that
much.
these three is answering your questions. Thanks, Priska.
Thank you very much, Kimi, for answering the question. Okay, we have one more question here. What are Jira Work Management integration with other software besides Microsoft Teams and Slack? Can Jira Work Management integrate with Microsoft Project, non-Jira ITSM, ServiceNow, BMC, and Jenkins, etc.? Are the integration need to write some custom workflow or okay? So to answer these questions, right? So if there is no okay for the integration with ServiceNow is not out of the box. There are few things usually we suggest to our customers if there is any because Atlassian has this what they call as marketplace where all the Atlassian partners marketplace partners build connectors to integrate between the applications and also to enhance the Jira Work Management and also Jira platform workflows and also functionality most of the time, these connectors or add-ons applications already available in the marketplace that you can just purchase for a small amount of money, and then you can just use it to connect to different tools. That's one of the options. If there is no automate out of the integration, so you can also integrate with the automation that Kimi has mentioned is a low code, no code platform. As long as maybe your ServiceNow, your BMC remedy has a webhook, then we can also use the Jira Work Management automation tool to trigger webhook in your application. Then we can integrate them together. With regards to Jenkins, Jenkins is not a Jira Work Management. There's no integration between Jira Work Management and Jenkins, but there's integration between Jira software and Jenkins out of the box. So Jenkins is more like a CI/CD tool that is the I would say part of the like Jira software functionality to integrate with Jenkins, not Jira Work Management. Okay, I hope I answer your question, anonymous attendee. And we also have one question. What is the difference between Jira software and Jira Work Management? The dashboard function seems familiar for both Jira Work Management and Jira software. So the difference, I would say that the view, right? In Jira software, you don't get to see the different views. The navigation is easier. And it has a forms because in Jira software you have to create issue, but in Jira Work Management you can capture within the form is more business user friendly. And then in Jira software it has integration with the CI/CD tool, development tool, while in Jira Work Management it doesn't have. So Jira Work Management is more built for business users, non-software development team. Okay, and also, yeah, that's the most probably the highlights of the difference between Jira Work Management and also Jira software. And also, I can see there is a one more question I would like to highlight as well here. I'm currently using Jira Server, the Jira Server to manage my business projects. Can I migrate to Jira Work Management? Definitely, you can migrate over so there's a migration path from Jira Server or Jira Data Center to Jira Cloud. In this case, it's Jira Work Management. So if you are in, so iZeno can also help you. We provide our professional services as well to help our customers to migrate from the Jira Server and Jira Data Center to Jira Cloud. So we will do assessment, the execution of the migration, as well as to provide training to the users to get on board to the new platform. I hope I answered your question. I will take one last question because we only have like it's already 12 p.m. And for all the questions that we didn't manage to answer in this webinar, feel free to we will provide the answers in the email, and you can always reach out to us as well at our at iZeno at marketing at iZeno.com. So I will answer this. We will answer this one last question. Is the Jira Work Management over a non on-prem software installation or hosted? Okay, so I thank you for this question. This is a very good question. The answer is no. Jira Work Management offering only SaaS or cloud offering only. Yeah, there's no Jira Work Management for Jira Server and also Jira Data Center. So if you want to use Jira Work Management, you have to go cloud. Yeah, I hope I answered all the questions that you have. I think, yeah, we don't have any more open question. I think we can proceed to close this webinar. Kimi?
Thank you, Priska, for taking out all of these questions. Right, so we do have, like I mentioned just now, we do have some planned upcoming webinars that we are going to do. And I see that some of you have already voted for the finance and operations, so probably we'll consider bring that up next. But of course, we do consider whatever that you have voted earlier. So in line with our preparation, we will make necessary changes. And that's all. Thank you for joining our session today. And you can always reach out to us at marketing@iZeno.com. That's the end of everyone. Thank you very much for your participation.